What's up? It's Angela Marie here, and today I'm going to be talking about life after graduation. I graduated from Pace University about 3 months ago with my BA, my Bachelor of Arts, in Biological Psychology and Neuroscience. Now you're like, oh my god, Angela, well, what are you going to do now? What big things are, bitch. I wanted nothing more after graduation than to be left alone. The worst time for a student right after they graduate, because everybody and their mama is asking you, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next? Where are you gonna work? What are you gonna do? I wanna live. Is it not summer right now? Me personally, the day that I graduated, I was overcome with not a lot of happy emotions. I'm not saying I was sad, but it was more like do I deserve this? Do I deserve this? Am I really done? Has it really been 4 years? And I think a lot of it had to do with the pandemic and how I commuted for a semester, and then I was living on campus, we were at home for a semester. There was just so much going on that it felt like a lot of my college experience was taken away from me. Classes were so different that in a way I felt like I wasn't learning what I should, or I wasn't learning the best ways that I could, and remembering the information like I should have been, because my attention span had literally gone because of TikTok and the pandemic. We were home, I was on the internet, and sorry, my dog is playing outside behind the window. I was packing up my dorm and I started crying. And I lived in a townhouse, so I lived in a single. I had my own room completely to myself, and it was a nice big room. If I have a picture, I'll show it. I lived with the same person on that floor for 2 years, and me and Shay, we had a great house dynamic, and so living there was very comforting. It felt safe. It felt like home. Same thing as when I'm home here in Jersey. So it was nice having somewhere on campus that I actually felt at home, and I didn't feel very pressured to go out or do things, because I could be at home. I had a townhouse. I didn't have a room in one of the buildings. No, I had a house. And that I was so grateful for, especially because in townhouses you're supposed to have 8 people, but in my house I only had 4. But when I was packing up, I was like, oh my gosh, all these memories. I had my fake IDs on the wall. I had to take them down. I was like, this is the end of an era. I'm 21 now. I am graduated college, and I have so many things going for me. I just need to, do them. Be proud of myself for all that I've accomplished. I graduated Latin honors, cum laude, which means I had a 3. My GPA was, I think, a 3.53. I graduated a part of the Psi Chi International Psychology Association. Yeah, I did a lot of things. I participated in a research study for literally 2.5 years. I'm still doing it now. I'm still working on research now. And there's all of these accomplishments that I had that I wasn't giving myself any credit for. I'm working in the place that I wanted to work when I was a freshman in high school. When I was a freshman in high school, I said I want to work in either a psych ward or a prison. And I never could explain why I wanted to work in a prison. I just know now that prisons are super corrupt, and I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail for any reason. I'm not going to jail. So I work in the psych unit at a hospital, and I got the job in September, and I'm so grateful, because it is exactly what I wanted. And I thought, I wasn't gonna be able to get into the psych unit until I get the degree or whatever. No, I got the job because I was extremely passionate about it. I think I was just so excited, and he was like, oh yeah. Plus, because most of my classes were kind of pre-med classes, it wasn't I didn't know what was going on. I was already researching mental illnesses. Most of my papers were either on drugs or mental illnesses. That was just my thing. Those are the two topics that I like to talk about, drugs and mental illness. And particularly, I want to work with psychedelics to help treat mental disorders. Now, I'm over here trying to figure out how the hell am I going to get there, but wait. Knew off the bat that after college, I wasn't going to jump straight into my next schooling. I wasn't going to just continue my education immediately right after, because I've been in school since what? Kindergarten? I need a break. I was doing summer classes, I was doing winter classes. I need a break. So I was like, this summer, for like a year, I'm gonna take a year off. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna learn how to bartend. I'm gonna try new things. I'm gonna go new places. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna enjoy life as it is, because if you can't tell, the world is kind of shitty and falling apart aggressively. If you didn't hear, like, our planet's spinning faster, everything's heating up, the glaciers are fucking melting, and when they melt, they're gonna just but they're gonna let go of all of these organisms that were frozen in time, and diseases and stuff, and they're gonna come and they're gonna hit us. We've got monkeypox flying out the woozah, COVID still exists. There's just so much going on, and that's just like the science parts. We don't even need to get political. I would like to enjoy the rest of the video. I wanted to have fun. So I went to Michigan with Courtney, and we went to like the Upper Peninsula for like a week. And it was the most relaxing trip of my life. I have a video of that trip that I do plan on posting, but when I had finished editing it, something happened, and then an entire middle part deleted, and I was too frustrated to redo it, so I've just left it alone. But I will finish that and post it maybe after this one. Just came back from Miami. I went to see Kalani and Rico. Oh my fucking nasty. I saw Rico Nasty. And if you guys know, I love Rico Nasty, but I have tried to see her twice, and it was both at Rolling Loud. Each time I missed like kind of like half the set, and so it just was not fun for me. Like, I had fun when I got there, but I really wanted to see Rico in full. Like, I wanted to see her start to finish. No, this wasn't her concert, but I went to see my friend Nilsa, who loves Kalani. I got to see her, so that was really amazing. I will post video clippets, but it was great. And while we were there, we did something spontaneous. It was the day of our flight, and we decided the night before that we were gonna get a tattoo. So I got this, and that was maybe like 6 days ago. So we got it August 2nd. I got this. I don't know if you can see it, but it is a crescent moon with mushrooms, because again, I want to work with psychedelics, and the psychedelic that I mostly want to work with is psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms. I wanted to figure out how I could also help out my community while I was home. So I got accepted into a program, and they have a strong emphasis on harm reduction and drug education, because as you could tell, DARE did not do anything for the community. Harm reduction is very important, because the same way you tell someone not to have sex and they go do it anyways, people do the same with drugs. And if you don't teach them how to do things safely, tell them all of the risks and dangers, how could you expect them not to at least try it? So, trying to do things safely, but not promoting drug use, especially because drugs are pushed out into lower income communities, and you can just see its effect. The litter, the homelessness, all of that, everything. There's just so much that it goes with, and I wanted to be able to maybe play a role, and I can't stop addiction, but if I can help someone, I'm gonna do my best effort to help someone. Now, a big thing about post-graduation is the fact that you're seeing a lot of people start their big-time jobs, see people doing things with their life. I think it's very important to remember that people only post what they want you to see, and life is not rainbow and sunshine, so you can't expect everybody to be, moving up and doing all these like exciting things. and then think about yourself saying like, oh my gosh, but I'm not doing that. Comparison is literally the thief of joy. It has stolen it from me so many times because I'm not good enough. But here's the thing, I don't need to be good enough for anybody else besides myself. I'm from a Caribbean household. My parents are Jamaican and they're very proud of my accomplishments, But they want me to have a stable job, stable income. And so I feel like I've been having a lot of pressure put on me to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I kept going back and forth with the idea of like, okay, med school, nursing, med school, nursing, med school, nursing. That's why ultimately I did not want to do 4 years of med school, 4 years of residency, and then become a doctor. Really wasn't the vibe. When you go to med school, you don't just get to pick the thing that you want to do most, you know? You have to do everything. I want to spend a year learning stuff that I am not passionate about, because when you're passionate about something, that's what makes you enjoy learning about it. That's what like excites you. I don't want to go to anatomy and physiology again. I don't want to. But I know I'm going to have to because I did decide to be a nurse. So looking for like accelerated nursing programs because I pretty much have the prerequisites, but I don't have them all for every single school. And it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. Again, I graduated in May. It's August now. It took me 3 months to settle down on an idea. And note, I was bouncing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I can focus it on one thing. And I feel a lot better now knowing that I actually have an idea as to what I want to do, because I could do an accelerated nursing program for like a year and a half, take my NCLEX, become an RN, and then work in the psych unit. While I'm working in the psych unit, I'm making connections, I can perform research, all of this stuff. Ultimately, I wanted to be a psychedelic researcher. I do not need to go and become a psychiatrist first. It might be extremely beneficial, I might know a lot, but what if I learned those things outside of a school? What if I just start reading up on things I'm passionate about? That way I do not have to wait until someone else teaches it to me. Things like that. So that is the direction I decided to go in, which means a lot of lifestyle changes are coming my way, but it also feels like the beginning of a new era. It feels welcoming and it feels right. I don't think I would stop at nurse. I think I would try to go as far as like nurse practitioner, because understanding and being able to prescribe medications is very important. And if I do want to open up my own center or something, I would be able to do that as a practitioner, I'm pretty sure. But there's still so many details I have to work out and stuff, and that is fine, because it's not like I'm starting tomorrow. I'd be starting in 2023. I have time to live. I have time to give myself a chance. Put a lot of pressure on myself, and I think a lot of people do, but then when you put a lot of pressure on yourself and then you have other people putting a lot of pressure on you, it can become overbearing. I had to tell my parents, like, I need you to trust me. I need you to trust that I'm going to make the right decision for me, and I will talk to you about it, but please let me decide. Because ultimately, I'm gonna be the one in school. I'm gonna be the one doing the assignments, putting in the work, showing up. That's all me. That's all me. I can't just do exactly whatever you want me to do because you think it's gonna be best. If I can feel that it isn't the best for me, then it's not the best for me. I'm so in tune with myself, I just know. And that was something that was it was kind of hard to talk to my parents about in a way, because it sounds like I'm telling them, like, I don't want your input, just let me do. But that wasn't it for me. It was more like, I'm taking your input into consideration, but please let me make the decision on my own. Where they would bring something up, I would go look for it, I would go research it, and I'd be like, yeah, this sounds good, this sounds good. When people kept asking me what I was gonna do after school, I just kept saying random things. People's input was getting to me. I really wasn't making the decision for myself. It was just everybody else. So now it's for me. Like I said, I am taking this year off to explore the world, explore myself. I'm in bartending school right now. And I made like a vision board, which I'll put here. And you can see that it has certain things on here that I'm doing. Life worked out the way it was supposed to for me. And that's because I had faith in it. I have faith in myself and the universe and God that what's meant for me will happen for me. So I just gotta take it day by day, do my very best, because I can only ever do my best. That is the one thing my parents really like instilled in me, because they saw how anxious I would get. They'd be like, do your best. That is so much better than telling me to be like perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. I am a Virgo, believe me, I am trying to reach it always. It made a very big change in how I viewed the energy I put into things. When it came to tests and stuff, I'd be super nervous. But there's some students that'll be like, it's 12 o'clock. If I don't know it by now, I'm not gonna know it tomorrow, so they just go to sleep. Me personally, I have a really horrible time doing that. Really horrible. I used to go to sleep at 12, wake up at like 4, and then keep studying. Or I'll stay up until 4 and then take the test as if I didn't need sleep the night before. So I cannot sit here and give you guys tips on how to do well in college. I can't do it. It was my drive and motivation and dedication to the fact that I couldn't come home with anything less than a B. That I could not come home with anything less than a B. It happened once, and I failed organic chemistry once. And what did I do? I took the class over again. I got a B or I got an A, and then I was out. You just have to get it done. That's just how my brain works. That's how my parents work, and that's how I was raised. You gotta do your best, and you gotta get it done. That's all. So, if you guys like this video, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I wanted to highlight is that, you know, everybody is on their own timeline. Do not compare yourself to others, especially right after you graduate. Your life is your life, and your journey is not the same as everybody else's. You have no idea what's in store for you. You are trying to make sure that you're happy. Keep yourself content, but don't be afraid to branch out. Get out of the garden. What's wrong with you? Yeah, show up for yourself, just like how you show up for your friends and your family, and just try your best. We're still young. I'm 21. I turn 22 next month. We're young. Old people still call us kids. But in The Sims, we'd probably be young adults. But still, you have time. Don't rush yourself. Don't stress yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Just do your best and get it done.